am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory.
And welcome inside to Tag Park for the Ravens home opener, sponsored by Hoban Architecture, between the Ravens and the number 2 ranked Western Mustangs. I'm Tristan Ford alongside Jeff Morris, a former Carleton Raven himself, a 3-time conference all-star. And Jeff, great to have you here tonight. And now we're getting set for the coin toss, sponsored by, like we said, Barry Hoban Architecture. And Jeff, can you tell us a little bit about Barry Hoban?
Well, from 1969 to 1973, Barry Hoban was an anchor of the Carleton Ravens defense, which was among the best in the country at that time. He was an exceptional pass rusher from his defensive end position, and he pressured OUA quarterbacks week after week, was also strong against the run. He was part of a defense that included Ravens legends like Jim Harrison, Brian Hedges, Keith Phillips, Bob Eccles, John Ruddy, Chris Harbour, Larry Nielsen, and other great stars. In 1971, Hoban and the Ravens pulled off what is still the greatest upset in Carleton history when the Ravens opened the season right here by knocking off the heavily favored number 1 ranked University of Toronto Blues 12-3. After graduating, Hoban went on to become one of the most successful architects in Ottawa history and has left his impact on the capital's architectural landscape.
Awesome, Jeff. And now, obviously, with former QB Tanner DeYoung passing on, moving on from Carleton, we had a little bit of a quarterback race in training camp this year. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And Tristan Lefebvre now taking over the duties at the quarterback position?
Tristan Lefebvre is a quarterback that got better and better as the season went on last year. And you know, Tristan Ronaldus is in the lineup as well. And the one thing you'll see is Tristan Ronaldus will play he'll play in the game. Sometimes he's on special teams. When he's in, there's a special package for him. The Carleton Ravens have depth at quarterback, and that's what you need. I mean, you can't ride one guy all season because people get injured, people get hurt, and Carleton is blessed this year more than any other year in recent memory with a number of guys that can step in and take snaps.
Awesome. We're almost set to go here at Tag Park. Ravens coming off a loss in their season opener to Wilfrid Laurier, lost 20-15, but they put up a fight at the end. It looked like it could go either way. They had to get a touchdown at the end. They couldn't do it, but hopefully a better result for them here against Western. What do you think is going through the minds of these Ravens coming in tonight into the home opener against a powerhouse like Western?
Well, I think what a couple of things. They don't want to get psyched out by Western being all-powerful and mighty Western, but what they have to do is they have to finish drives. We saw this last year. Brandon Forcier is kicking a lot of field goals. He would rather be kicking extra points. Last week against Laurier, the Carleton Ravens got into the red zone. They got close. They couldn't finish drives. They need to finish drives to be able to compete with Western.
Now Western getting set to kick off. Ravens to return. It'll be Lewis back to return for the Ravens. And Brian Garrity set to kick for the Mustangs. And we are about to get underway here at Tag Park. And the kick is up. Lewis receives it, drops it. He's got space. He's got a hole up to the 25-yard line, and he gets brought down.
Yeah, that was Alex Gale on the return, number 33. And Alex played running back last week, really did well in his first game as a Raven. Hits the hole hard, reads the hole well. He's a great kickoff returner also. A great addition to the Ravens offense.
Now we'll see the first snap for the Ravens. O'Mara under center. LaFave at the QB spot. And a whistle blown before the snap. No flag thrown, though.
The ball was about 1.5 inches out of place, and,
So ball's on the 25.
these guys are detail-oriented.
Have to be. University sports. And the first snap for the Ravens. LaFave, handoff to Ferguson. And not much he can do there. Gets eaten up.
Western showed a cover 0 there. They had stacked the box, nobody there. A 2-yard gain for Ferguson. He comes into the game needing only 9 yards to become the 12th Raven in history to get 1,000 yards career rushing.
Ball on the 27. Second, and a drop snap there from LaFave. Plays blown dead. So LaFave hit the floor there, so they blew it dead.
Yeah, as soon as amateur football, as soon as you're down, your knee touches the ground, play's gone.
So big loss there for the Ravens. They'll have to punt this one away.
And against Western, you can't make mistakes like this.
And Forestier back to punt. So that's Sciandra. And a long punt. Caught at the 50, and he's brought down at the 52.
Not an overly good punt, kind of went off his shins, but he got a good bounce, good roll. Excellent coverage by the Ravens on that play. They got downfield, their contain was good, and that's been one of the strengths on this team in the last couple of years. Their coverage teams have been exceptional, and that's going to be a big part of the game for them.
And now we'll see our first look at Western's offense. Evan Hillock under QB, a Hamilton native. It'll be a run by Keon Edwards, and he's brought down for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, he picked up about 3 there. Really good job by the Ravens kind of getting in there, stuffing the gap, holding him. Keon Edwards is very strong yards after contact, and to hold him to a 3-yard gain is a great job by the Ravens defense.
And we'll see 2nd and 7 here. Hillock, pass, and incomplete there. He was looking for Seth Robinson, found him, but Robinson just couldn't get his hands on it. And it'll be 2 and out here for the Mustangs, and they'll come on to punt it away.
Robertson found a seam, and the Ravens got away with one there because that ball basically bounced off his chest, so a big break for Carleton.
Long snapper comes out, punt is away. Caught it at the 10. Gets his way to the outside, and there's a flag on the play.
Kasim Ferdinand with the return there. That's not the type of punt Western wanted. They wanted to get the ball towards the sideline a little more. It went straight down the field. He found the seam outside. He's going to be lucky though because the Ravens got called for an illegal block. Looked like number 80 Hunter Brown on the illegal block. That'll put Carleton back in a hole. They'll be at their own 10-yard line.
Not a great way to start your second drive of the game here with a flag.
Now with this situation going on, again, look for Western to stack the box and be very aggressive because Carleton's not going to want to take any chances down here.
O'Mara under center.
They've got 8 in the box right now.
LaFave, handoff. It's Ferguson, finds his way to the outside, and he gets a good little run there. Makes his way up to the 21-yard line, and just short of a first down.
And there it is. Josh Ferguson now has 1,000 career yards. So congratulations to him. And you know what? That's not just him. That's the offensive line too. one of the things they have to do is to get the ball outside the tackles, and Ferguson did a great job there.
Now Lefebvre, another handoff to Ferguson, and a nice little first down for the Ravens as Ferguson powers his way through the middle.
That's a big first down because that gets the punter out of the end zone in a kicking situation. Probably would have been a safety. So, getting outside the shadows of the goalposts, huge for the Ravens at this point in the game.
Tackle made by number 31, Max Nixon, for the Mustangs. Mustangs have a very developed linebacker core. Ravens first down, ball on the 22. Lefebvre, he'll pass, launches it, and he's got no one. It's incomplete. He was looking for Ben Huckabone, one of his favorite receivers, but he just wasn't there. A little bit of a miscommunication there by the Ravens.
Yeah, Huckabone and Hunter Brown both went down deep on that road, and he kind of split them. So, that's probably just a misread by somebody on that play.
It'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Ravens.
They gave Lefebvre good time to throw on that play.
And Lefebvre, handoff. Ferguson gets eaten up at the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. And that'll be a 3rd down. Ravens will bring the special teams on to punt this one away.
On that play, that's a read option, and Ronaldez has to read whether the hole's there. And on a 2nd and 10, you basically should be pulling that ball away and going for a pass.
And the kick is off. Caught on the 55, and he gets brought down just about the Ravens 52.
Aiden Arnott-Smith was the player that got down there and made that play. But again, great coverage job by the Ravens. And Western's trying to run the ball back up the middle, and I'm surprised with that because, kicking the ball in the middle of the field, the outside should be open.
So we'll get another look at the Western offense here. Evan Hillock, the QB. Looks out for a pass. He's got Jamal. That was caught at the Ravens 48.
Really good defensive play there by number 14, L. James. I hope I don't butcher this name. Aguamudo, the defensive back. He's a 3rd-year player. Really read that well and made contact as soon as the ball was caught.
Yeah, awesome tackle there from Aguamudo. Hillock, pass. It's a ball. It's a carry there by Keon Edwards, and he gets brought down for a little bit of a gain.
Xavier Malone really did a good job there, kind of busting through the gap and making that play on Edwards, and that had to be one of the things the Ravens have to do to be successful in this game is shut him down. They've done a great job on 2 drives. Western's playing for field position here. They're
3rd and 3 here for the Mustangs. Handoff, Edwards looking for the outside, and it looks like we'll see where the spot is.
He's got it.
But he could have it.
Yeah,
it does look like he's got it, and that's a good first down there for the Mustangs. Little run to the far side from Keon Edwards, and it looks like it was none other than Louis Laveau to bring him down. So Hillock gonna have another chance here. Hands off to Yazbek. He gets to the outside, and he's brought down at about the Ravens 33.
Oh, looks like there was a fumble on that play.
Wow. Hard to see from over here. It's a little bit dark on that side of the field, but the Ravens come up with a fumble. So the ball got loose there, knocked out of Yazbek's hands. Not sure who was able to get there to make that tackle and get the ball loose. But awesome job there by the Ravens defense to come up with a turnover and send the ball the other way.
You fans at home have a better vantage point than we do here. We basically need a travel agent to get to the other end of the field, so seeing it is a little difficult. That's a huge break for the Ravens, though, and they needed, Western's been winning the field position game even though they haven't scored yet.
Tristan Lefebvre, hand off to Ferguson, and he's out to the outside. He's got space, and he's brought down just before the 49-yard line.
On that play, Kasim Ferdinand, the slot, ran a fake jet, came across the middle, and there were two Western defenders that went with him. That opened the hole up for Ferguson. So very good call by the Ravens offensive coordinator on that play.
Apologies again. That was Alex Gale with the carry. A little bit hard to see numbers from our vantage point, but Lefebvre to throw, and he's got Hunter Brown. So that's a first down for the Ravens, a much-needed one. Going to be their best field position of the game here. And a great catch made by Hunter Brown.
They're running tempo here. They're not going no huddle. Whoops.
And
Hunter Brown got a little bit excited there.
Going to be a flag on the play there.
So then we're going to go back 5. It'll be 1st and 15. We call that illegal procedure here, even though in the States would be false start. Same thing.
Another one of those mistakes that you can't really afford to make against a team like Western,
No.
especially this early in the game when you still have a chance to get the first score up on the board.
Oh, exactly. And if you watch, Western, again, they're stacking the box. That, 10 yards downfield outside the numbers should be open where Brown caught that last pass.
Ball on the 51 here. Lefebvre lets it go, almost intercepted. A little bit of a dangerous pass. He was looking for Jaden Simon, but the Ravens not able to get that one to happen for them.
Yeah, that was Kasim Ferdinand on that pass. And one of the things that they've got to do is they've got to get him the ball outside. When I said that area was going to be open just a couple minutes ago, it was open except for that defensive guy that almost picked it off. So I was close. There was just one guy. I was really close, though, Tristan.
4 receivers here for the Ravens. Lefebvre lets it go. And it's Hatchie. He wasn't able to keep it, though. He just drops it. That would have been an amazing catch for Hatchie. It'll be incomplete, a 3rd down, and special teams will come on to punt this one away for the Ravens.
That's a tough break for the Ravens because that would have put them in scoring position for sure. Good ball by Ronaldus, an open receiver. They just couldn't quite connect.
And it's punted away. And he gets brought down just short of the 20-yard line, so it'll be ball on the 19 for the Mustangs. Their offense is going to want another chance at this. They had a turnover from a fumble on their last chance, and they'll look to go for it again. That was
Anthony Lucan that got downfield on that play. And again, the Ravens special teams have really been the difference in this game so far. Their coverage teams have been phenomenal. So good for them.
We'll see what Hillock and the Mustangs can come up with. Now, what can you tell us about this Carleton defense, a veteran defense we have out here with the Ravens this year? How do they match up against an offense such as the Mustangs?
Well, the challenge is can you compete with the Mustangs between the tackles? Western has a veteran offensive line. They did lose 3 starters off their offensive line last year, but again, Western is a deep program, very much a next man up kind of program. So, they have to be able to compete. They're very strong on the edges though, and getting pass rush, getting in Hillock's face, stopping the run with Keon. They're doing very well. And the one thing about Laurier last week, their secondary, that was where they lost a lot of their veteran players last year. They lost Cole Hepburn, they lost Andy McWhirter, a couple other guys. Their secondary really stepped up and played well last year. So they're going to need a big game from everybody, but they can compete. Can they do it for 4 quarters? Let's see, but they're off to a great start.
So ball is on the 18-yard line for the Mustangs, 1st and 10. Hillock, handoff to Yazbek. He gets to the outside, and he's got space, and he gets brought down at the 31-yard line. And that was Joseph there for the tackle.
That's 3 running plays in a row where Western's been able to seal the edge and get outside the tackle and run downhill. That's one thing Carleton's got to make an adjustment on. They can't let anybody get outside the box like that.
Hillock, another handoff to Yazbek. Coming to the outside again. And they're brought down short of the marker. So it'll be a 3rd down. Sorry, that'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 1 here for the Mustangs. And this is one of those plays that they're looking to convert on each and every time. A 2nd and short for the Mustangs. You can pretty much guarantee that it'll be good.
Yeah, look at they're on all fours. They're sneaking this.
And it looks like they will have it.
That would have been
where
a good
the spot is.
Oh yeah, they've got it. That would have been a good play for them to take a chance, run play action, and try to isolate somebody one-on-one and go deep because you've got another play. But Western not taking any chances at this point in the game.
So 1st down for the Mustangs. Ball on the 42. Hillock, handoff to Edwards, and he gets eaten up short of the line, or he might have just made it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 still. And that's Onyeka there with the tackle.
We talk about the edge rushers for Carleton. Ife Onyeka is one of them, but these guys are very good at a slow developing play like that running play. The edge rushers are getting into the backfield and making plays, and Ife Onyeka is one of the best.
Hillock, handoff to Edwards. And Edwards got some space, gets up to the logo. So it'll be on the 54 that he was brought down, on the Western 54.
We never talk about the offensive lineman, but number 61 for Western, Eric Anderson, he's a 3rd-year guy from London, Ontario, 6'6", 307, criminology major. He's been making play after play after play, kicking out the outside and opening these holes up. So Eric Anderson, number 61, a guy to watch.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And the throw. Caught there by Savon Magne Jones.
Oddman Braun did a great job on reading that and getting up there and making a tackle right at contact. Eric Anderson, we mentioned 6'6", 307. Pretty sure he's corn-fed if you're keeping track, if you're a 4-H guy.
Hillock going to pass again to the outside. He was looking towards Keanu Yazbek there. Didn't have him.
That was a free play because Carleton jumped offside the right side of their offensive line, or their defensive line, sorry. So we're going to go up 5, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
Another one of these mistakes that Carleton is making here tonight and just giving Western chance after chance to capitalize. Western hasn't capitalized yet on any of these Carleton mistakes, but I imagine they will soon. Hillock, a rush by Edwards, and he's brought down just short. So it'll be a 3rd down. We'll see where the spot is. They might give this to him.
They looks like they lost a little bit of yards on that play, so they're at about the 52. They need to get to the 53. So the lineman will be up. The lineman will be on all fours here, and watch for a sneak.
3rd and very short.
No, they're running out of pistol.
Hillock, handoff to Edwards, and he's got a lot of room. He's down to the 40. So that's the 35. He gets brought down by Igamudu. A lot of space there for Edwards on the outside. So first down there for Western. Ball's on the 35.
Agamuda shed a block downfield there and made that play. If he didn't shed that block, that would have been a touchdown Western.
Hillock launches it through the air. He's looking for the end zone, and he's got him in. Touchdown Western. Seth Robertson runs a nice route, gets open in the end zone, and doesn't make any mistakes catching that ball. So now Western will come out for the extra point. Great look there from Hillock to find his man in the end zone.
And that's a play where, Agamudo really needed some help from a safety on that play.
And extra point is good. And that'll be 7-0 for the Mustangs with 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. And if you're just tuning in here, welcome to Tag Park. Western just scored their first touchdown of the game, so they've got a 7-point lead on the Ravens.
And if you're in Ottawa watching the game on TV, on the OUA.TV broadcast, put the clicker down and get to the park. It's a beautiful night for football.
It is a beautiful evening here at Tag Stadium.
Of course, if they did that, our ratings would go down. Right?
Now Western to kick this one to the Ravens. Gale back to receive along with Lewis.
Yeah, it looks like he's kicking to Gale on this one.
And Brian Garrity to kick. And it's Alex Gale. He catches it on the 1-yard line. Looking for some room. Gets to the outside. Sheds one tackle. And he's brought down right at the 25.
Not a bad return set up by the Ravens, and fortunately no penalties. I mean, penalties are bad, but when you get a penalty on special teams, it just is a dagger for your offense.
So it's going to be a first down for the Ravens. Coming off of that Mustang touchdown, we'll see if Tristan Lefebvre and the Ravens can respond. Ferguson in the backfield. Jaden Simon, the receiver on the near side. Lefebvre, a quick out. And he gets eaten up for a loss. That was Hunter Brown on the catch.
That's a big loss of about 6. No, they gave him a pretty good spot, a loss of 4. But if you're going to throw that hitch, it's got to develop a lot faster, and there has to be blocking. There were 3 players from the Mustangs right in his face after he caught the ball, so not a well-executed play by the Ravens.
So 2nd and 14 for the Ravens. Lefebvre looking to pass. He's got a man. It's Hatchie, and he gets the first down. The sticks will move, and a great play there. That was Ben Huckabone with the catch, one of Lefebvre's favorite targets. And a great run there after the catch. Lefebvre, handoff to Ferguson. Ferguson gets brought down.
That's Alex Gale in there now for Ferguson.
Right, that is Alex Gale. I apologize again.
Got his
tough to see numbers from up here.
Got his helmet ripped off. I believe that's what's called face masking.
So ball's on the 39, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens after a unnecessary roughness call on the Mustangs. So Ravens are given a gift, and the ball's going to move forward to the 49. So it'll be ball on the 49 in the Western territory. We'll see what Lefebvre can come up with here. He's got Hunter Brown, Ben Huckabone, Kasim Ferdinand out there as the receivers. And handoff to Gale. And not much to give there for the Ravens. Get brought down for a short gain. Looks like it'll be a gain of 1 or 2. And it'll be 2nd and 9 on the Western 48. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Score at the end of the first is 7 for the Mustangs, 0 for the Ravens. And we will see you right back here after a short break on OUA TV.
Do you have a superstition or pregame routine?
I do not, but I'm trying to get one. I just haven't decided what it is yet.
If you didn't play football, what other Raven sport would you play?
That's a tough one to say. I would say I'm into baseball, fishing if that's a sport, golf.
Can you kick or throw?
I can throw and I can also kick, actually.
Tell me a joke.
Don't have a joke on it. It's not tough.
I got a joke.
Sorry. What's the joke?
What did the football player say to the broken vending machine? I need my quarterback.
That's hilarious. Good job, Thomas.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
And welcome back inside Tag Park as we get set for the second quarter of action here. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Ravens. LaFave to throw. And he's got a man. It's caught at the 40. That's Hunter Brown. Sorry, it's Jaden Simon with the catch.
So if Jaden Simon scores a touchdown, is he going to do the Superman pose like his dad used to when he played for the BC Lions?
I hope so. I hope so. That's a good thing to mention. First-year wide receiver Jaden Simon, son of a CFL legend, G-Roy Simon, a 3-time Grey Cup champion. And a sneak here. Looks like we'll see where the spot is, but they tried a quarterback sneak there with Ronaldus. And we're just waiting on the spot from the line judge.
Couldn't see who that.
Yeah, I couldn't see much.
Couldn't see who that Western
there,
linebacker with it grabbed Ronaldus was, but it was kind of like this Deno Chara fight against Luke Shen when he just ragdolled him all over the ice.
And they're bringing the sticks out to make sure they get the right spot on this call here. And
this
it
is going to be close.
Like, oh, it's going to be very close.
Oh!
And a first down for the Ravens. Ronaldus and the Ravens convert on a 3rd and very short, and the Ravens drive will stay alive.
Now this is the part of the field where the Ravens have to start making plays. They can't kill drives at the 30-yard line, 40-yard line.
Now Ronaldus is out here, and a flag on the play.
Again, one of those mental mistakes that they have to eliminate. That was Noah Fahey, a criminology major from Holy Trinity in Ottawa. One of their best offensive linemen. He was an award winner as a rookie last year, but again, you jump the gun, and all of a sudden you're back in a hole. It's first and 15 now.
So LaFave is going to come back out for the Ravens. Ball's on the 44. It's 1st and 15 after that penalty. And the Ravens continue to shoot themselves in the foot here early in this game against the Mustangs, where they find themselves down by 7. LaFave to throw. Long ball. He's looking for Hunter Brown, and he's got him! He's got him at the 12-yard line. Beautiful catch by Hunter Brown. And the sticks will move. Ravens are in the red zone for the first time tonight.
Big play by Hunter Brown there. And Tristan, this is the Wally's Small Engines and Sports Card Grading Red Zone. Have you ever been to Wally's Small Engines and Sports Card Grading?
I have
Our
not.
Red Zone sponsor.
And a rush here by Alex Gale. And he's shoved out of bounds. It could be a 1-yard loss here.
So if you send your rookie cards, like your Tom Brady rookie card to PSA, it's out of 10. Wally's grades it out of 11. Actually, there's no such place. I just made it up, but I was just seeing if I could bust you there.
It is the Robertson Electric red zone tonight here for the Ravens, and a loss of 1 yard on that play. 2nd and 11 for the Ravens. We'll see what LaFave comes up with on this one.
See how I set that up for you?
LaFave. And he's got him, man.
That's
Kasim Ferdinand
Kasim
there,
Ferdinand
right on the 3-yard line.
Nobody in the OUA gets open like Kasim Ferdinand. That was a great play and a great read.
Yeah, Ferdinand had 100 receiving yards in the season opener against Wilfrid Laurier last week. And I'm sure he's looking to do the same here tonight. That's his 2nd reception of the game so far. Ravens on the 2-yard line. And they're definitely going to go for it here. LaFave. And it's a pass. And he's got a touchdown! Ravens score! It's none other than Jaden Simon for his first Ravens touchdown. And his dad will be proud, I'm sure, Jeff.
Absolutely. What the Ravens did there was they stacked 4 receivers on one side in a bunch formation. That left Simon isolated on the weak side, running a slant in the middle. The Mustangs had no help to come over on that. Great read and a great play.
So touchdown Ravens.
And they're 1 for 1 in the Robertson Electric red zone.
And they are going to bring out the field goal team, and they'll try to convert on this extra point. Kick is up, and it is good for Brandon Forcier. So his first extra point of the game.
First extra point of the season.
First extra point of the season, you're right.
And as good of a field goal kicker he is, he would rather kick extra points than field goals.
And Jeff, you would know, being a kicker and a punter yourself, a former kicker and a punter, I should say.
Yeah, extra points are great. And then you go out and blast a kickoff.
So Carleton to kick this one away to Western, and I'm sure Western's going to be looking to respond. We'll see if they can get some yards off of this return. And chance for the Ravens here inside Tag Park. And Forcier to kick. And it's caught on the 15. And he's brought down at the 30, a big hit. Beautiful hit there made by Alex Boyley. And it'll be ball on the 30 for Evan Hillock and the Mustangs.
Again, great special teams coverage. That's been the one area that the Ravens have really excelled in this game.
Hillock and the Mustangs looking to respond quick. He's going to throw. He's got Missouri, and Missouri's brought down on the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Western got away with one there. Number 13, Savon Magne Jones, basically put a bear hug on the Carleton defender there in front of the receiver.
So they call it 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs. And some confusion here on the call for the Mustangs. Looks like they've got it sorted. And Hillock looking to pass. And he's got Keon Edwards, just dumps it off, but he gets some room, and he's got a first down. He gets brought down just past the 45-yard line. He's down on the 46, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
As good as Carleton's pass rush is, Western's offensive line wouldn't let them anywhere near Hillock. Hillock had all kinds of time. Great coverage downfield, and he finally just dumped it off to Keon, who was wide open.
Hillock to pass, a quick out. And he's got he's got Mohsen Jamal out there. And he's brought down on the 53.
That's another first down for Western. I'm cheating on those, Tristan, because I'm watching the officials on the sideline give signals to each other. So
you do know football as good as anyone in the business, Jeff. And that was Igamudu on the tackle there, and Hillock a handoff to Edwards, and he's brought down just short of the Ravens' 54. So they'll call it at the 54. It'll be a 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs. And we've got a Carleton Raven down on the play, and the training staff heading out to attend to him.
that's Medley Joseph that's down the linebacker. He's the one that came up and made the hit on that play. The one thing that's impressive about Carleton on that play, Keon has 4 yards untouched, but then after contact, he's getting nothing. Carleton is sticking their tackles, and Joseph got in there, made a big play, but unfortunately he's injured on the play.
Something you never want to see in sports, but unfortunately it happens a little bit too often. Player down on the field, and we can just hope that he is okay and that he gets up and is hopefully able to walk himself off the field. That would be a good sign.
And
so
if they're pulling him up by the arms, that means his shoulder's not separated, so that's good.
It looks like, is that Louis Laveau?
Number 4, the injured player.
Okay, so that's Joseph
is
there.
Medley Joseph.
Down. Glad to see that he is walking on his own strength there, and hopefully we'll see him back in the game for the Ravens.
Hopefully. That was a big play he made on that play, yeah.
But Western, they've got the ball on the Ravens 51. Hillock. He's going to pass. He airs it out. He got a man on the 33-yard line, and that's Jamal with the catch. And tackled by Igamudu.
Once again, Hillock making that read, bringing receivers on crossing routes underneath the safeties. Seems to be open for them a couple of times this game.
Hillock throws it, and that one gets knocked down there. Great play by the Ravens defense. So it'll be second down for the Mustangs on the Ravens 33.
Nathan Clark is the player that got in there and made that play for the Ravens. One thing about Hillock, he's a tall quarterback, but he doesn't throw. He doesn't have a high release point. He kind of pushes the ball from his ear, throws darts, throws hard, but he doesn't take advantage of his height on a play like that.
Hillock back to pass. He's got time, and now he's pressured. He's brought down, but he got that pass off. It'll be incomplete. and it'll be a 3rd down for the Mustangs, and they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field.
Ife and Yeka getting over and making that play from the other side of the field. Of course, Ife and Yeka, part of Carleton's, or sort of part of Canada's pass rushing royalty family. I don't think there's a team in Canada at any level that doesn't have a great pass rusher named Onyeka on it.
Hillock. Oh, and the play's blown dead here right before the kick.
Western called a timeout before Brian Garrity got his field goal off.
Trying to psych out their own kicker. Clearly something that Coach Greg Marshall wasn't liking out there before that kick went up.
They were missing a player, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they had Edwards out there for the kick, and then instead they bring in a little bit of a bigger player.
It's a difficult situation when you have a field goal at this length because you want to have a protection unit in tight, but if it's a missed field goal, these guys have to cover, and it's much harder to cover a missed field goal than a missed punt. In fact, when people say what's the biggest difference between Canadian football and American football, I always say field goal returns are the most exciting play in Canadian football.
So a 40-yard field goal here for Brian Garrity. It's up, and it's good. So the Mustangs will go up 10-7 over the Ravens here at the 8:21 mark in the second quarter.
It was good to see before the game. I was in the parking lot, and there was a number of Western parents set up tailgating. They had a barbecue going on they had the back of the truck down, and really good to see that. They go to every single Western game on the road. They tailgate. I asked them if they would jump off the tailgate and break the table. I told them I'd put it on my Instagram page, but they wouldn't do it.
There are a good amount of Western fans here at the stadium today. They've got a very strong fan base that follows them around. And here's Lefebvre, and he's sacked. So Lefebvre, a big loss for the Ravens. And that's Angelo Longo, the tackler. So he'll get credited with that sack, his first of the game.
That's really the first time this game that Carleton's offensive line has broken down in protection for Lefebvre.
So 2nd and 14 for the Ravens. And they move too quickly once again. A flag thrown on the play, and they'll go back 5 yards here. So it'll be 2nd and 19, and the Ravens digging themselves in a bigger hole with these penalties.
And coming into this game, discipline was one thing Carleton needed. Western was heavily penalized in both of their games against York and Mac. And in order for Carleton to, Carleton needs every competitive advantage they can get, and making mental mistakes and penalties has got to stop.
So Josh Ferguson, a handoff here, and he's got space to the outside, and he gets brought down just short of the 40-yard line. So it'll be Ravens ball on the 37, possibly the 38. And a good little
40.
gain there for Ferguson and the Ravens.
That's a pretty good play. I mean, you need 19 yards for a first down, but they have one player over the center. They have two edges outside the tackles. The draw play is there, and it was worth a shot.
So it's a 3rd and 5 here for the Ravens, and they'll punt it away. And the return, he's got a lot of space here. He gets to the outside, and he's brought down hard at the 56-yard line there. Great return. And that's Daniel Kabongo was the returner there for the Mustangs. And that's pretty much all they can ask for from him. Great return. And we are going to go to the TV timeout here. And we'll be right back after a short break.
This is what girls do.
And welcome back to Tag Park for this Week 3 matchup between the Carleton Ravens and the Western Mustangs. And please remember, the biggest game in USports is back at TD Place on October 1st. Be there when the Ravens face Ottawa GGs in the 54th Panda game. Buy your tickets today at tdplace.ca. And Jeff, Ravens down by 3 here. What do you need to see from them to keep themselves in this game?
Well, they need to come up with a stop, and if Western can make a drive and score, make the game 17-7, it starts to get, Carleton's going to have to react and play a different type of game, and they need a big stop, hold Western to 3 at the most, but it'd be good to see them have to punt the ball away. They can't let this game get out of control.
And they've done a good job so far here at staying with the Mustangs. But again, like you said, the discipline hasn't been there. They've taken a lot of penalties that they maybe shouldn't have, and they've gotten themselves into trouble losing yards on plays that, they really didn't need to. So we'll see Hillock here, and he's got a quick handoff, and that's Savon Magny-Jones, who's brought down at the 54. So he's just short of a first down.
They ran a jet sweep.
2nd and 5.
They ran a jet sweep there. Ife Onyeka made a great place coming up, making that play. But still, they gave up 5.
Hillock looking to pass. It's a long ball, and he was looking for Jamal but didn't have him. Great D there by Louis Laveau, who stayed step for step with Jamal and didn't let him have any space to reach out and get that ball.
Louis Laveau is a guy who, against Laurier last week, really stepped up and had a big game for the Ravens, and that was a great play. I mean, that'll never show up on any stats sheets, that play by Louis Laveau, but fantastic job.
And like you said, the Ravens needed to get a stop. They needed Western to punt the ball away, and that's exactly what they will do here. A.J. Williams going to punt this one away. He dropped it. And Othman Brahm on the return. And he gets eaten up fast.
That ball, that's going to go up 15 yards for a no yards penalty. What Western's doing with their punting game that Carleton's not is when you punt the ball, you've got to get the ball between the numbers and the sideline. And you've got to seal in your returner. And Carleton's kicking the ball down the middle of the field, and you're setting up your return. Western against Carleton on that last long return was able to set up a wall to the outside. Carleton's got to get the ball into the corners and then seal off the return.
So 1st and 10 on the 28 for the Ravens.
I get excited about punt coverage, like really get excited about it. So
Lefebvre. See what he does here. He's looking to pass. He's got a quick ball out to Kasim Ferdinand, and he's brought down just short of the 30.
Kasim Ferdinand had a big week last week with 12 receptions. The guy always gets open, a lot of short stuff, but that was tied for the fourth best receiving game in Carleton history for number of receptions last week.
So there's a short gain there for the Ravens. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball's on the 32. And it'll be a rush by Ferguson. And he's brought down very soon there by Max Nixon, who got in to make that tackle. And a 2-and-out here for the Ravens. And they will come on to kick this one away.
Again, the Ravens are not getting the ball moving between the tackles on 2nd and 6. You got to get the ball outside the hash marks.
And they punt it away. Received. Oh, he fumbled it there. He recovered, but ball will be marked dead on the 40. And they call Carleton ball. What a fumble recovery by a Raven. It didn't look like anyone was close enough to recover that, but they did, and they're going to have excellent field position with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter. So they're going to look to make a big play here heading into halftime. And you can credit the Ravens special team for making that play.
Again, they've been getting downfield. Braden Clark from Grand Aquay getting down there, making a big play.
Lefebvre, a quick out. He's got Ferdinand. Ferdinand launches it. It's Hattie. What a play. Oh my goodness. Kasim Ferdinand launches it. A trick play there by the Ravens and a touchdown.
Now that was restaurant quality.
Unbelievable. And Tag Park erupts with that play.
They ran that pass to Ferdinand twice before to set that play up, and it fell right into their hands. And Brandon Forcier gets to kick another extra point.
And look at that. Kasim Ferdinand, a wide receiver, and he's going to have a touchdown pass up in his stats column. And the extra point is good for the Ravens, and the Ravens take the lead 14-10. So once again, that all happened. If you're just tuning in, Western fumbles the ball on a punt return. Carleton recovers. They get the ball in the red zone, and they make an absolutely amazing play there for the touchdown.
Now, being the team historian, I can tell you, with Simon catching a pass and Ferdinand throwing one, this is the first time in Carleton history that two sons of CFL players have ever been involved in two different Ravens touchdowns in the same game.
Jaden Simon having himself a night here.
Kasim Ferdinand, of course, the son of Denny Ferdinand, a former CFL running back.
And he has a twin brother on the team, also named Danny Ferdinand. Defensive back for the Ravens. And now Forcier will kick this one off. It's caught at the Mustang 5, and he's got room out to the edge, and he's out just short of the 35, I believe.
So again, on the Ravens kickoff coverage, they're kicking the ball to the numbers a little bit outside, make the returner go up the sideline, because he's only got one way to go. If he's up the sideline, you seal him in, and then you can either make the tackle or force him out of bounds.
Ball on the 33 for the Mustangs, and Evan Hillock gonna want to respond to this. This is the first time that the Ravens have played the Mustangs since 2018, and the first time that the Mustangs have been down to the Ravens. And Keon Edwards with the handoff, and he's got space to the outside. He's down at the 55-yard line. He gets pushed out of bounds. And a great gain there for the Mustangs, and it's Keon Edwards on the run.
There was nobody on the right side. I mean, you could have, have flown a plane. You could have landed a plane on that hole. Like there was nobody there for Carleton. Great read by Edwards.
So ball's on the 54-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Hillock, handoff to Edwards. Little play action, and he's down at the 42.
Medley Joseph in on the tackle there. Good to see him back in the game and feeling well.
So another 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
We're at the 3-minute warning now, so it'll be stop time. After the clock will stop after every play. It'll be on the snap if it's out of bounds or a penalty, and if it's a tackle in the field, the clock will run.
Another handoff. It's Yazbek, and he's brought down for a very short gain of, it looks like, 2 or 3, and it'll be 2nd, and we'll see where the spot is. It'll be 2nd down.
So there's a good chance the Ravens can get the ball back if they make a stop here and have lots of time for a long drive.
2nd and 9 for the Mustangs. Hillock looking for a pass. He's got a man, but he couldn't complete the pass. Incomplete pass there. He was looking for his receiver, but just couldn't catch it there. And that's one of those. That's one of those ones he's gonna want to have back.
Yeah, Craig Coleman was a receiver there. He was wide open in the flats. The play action that they ran there really set up a lot of time for Hillock to make the play. And again, that stops the clock. It won't start at the snap. They're going to try field goal. Carleton's going to get the ball back with about 2:20 left in the half. So lots of time for a drive.
And it's Ferdinand.
Oh, they're punting. I thought they were going to kick a field goal, but they're playing for field position.
So Western to punt. Ferdinand to return. He's caught it on the 10, and he's got no space. He's smothered right away. He's still alive, but nowhere to go upfield. And, yeah, he walked right into a swarm of Mustangs there. So ball's going to be on the 11-yard line for the Ravens. And like you said, Jeff, a lot of time here for Tristan Lefebvre and the Ravens to make a move towards the end zone.
Interesting choice by Western. They could have kicked a field goal if Carleton would get the ball back on the 35. Instead, pin them deep, make them work. Again, they're on the shadow of their own goalposts, so let's see what they can come up with.
Lefebvre, handoff to Ferguson. And he gets smothered right away. They could mark him for a loss potentially on that play.
Yeah, if Carleton wants to move the ball down here, they've got to get the ball out to the flats. They've got to get it outside the tackles quickly because inside the tackles, Western is just too strong in this situation. They're just sitting there waiting for that running play.
So they called it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 here for the Ravens.
Once again, a cover 0 formation.
Lefebvre to throw. He's got room. He's got a man. Just long. He was looking for Frederick Hatchie out there. He had some space, but just overthrew him by a few inches.
Here's a decision Carleton has to make now. Do their punter's going to be, Chandra's going to be in the end zone. Do you give up 2 and then put Western deep in their own end, or do you try to kick it out and play for field position?
I don't think
I could think he's going to give up
looking
2.
to give anything up. And they get the punt away. And it's Maziri who's going to return, and he gets brought down on the far side just short of the 40-yard line. So it'll be marked down, I believe, at the 41.
Oppman Brom getting down there, making that tackle again. One of the great special teams players the Ravens have, and one of the best special teams players in the OUA. But again, you know, you're giving Western the ball at the 40-yard line. They're in scoring position right now. So let's see how Carleton's defense holds now.
So this is a good amount of time here, given the field position, for Hillock to respond and leave the first half on top. Evan Hillock. And it's a handoff to Edwards. Edwards shakes the first tackle, and he gets brought down for a big loss there. It'll be a loss of 2 or 3 on that play.
That's a great second effort by Medley Joseph there. Edwards broke the tackle. He got back up, tackled him again. He's having a great quarter.
So second down here, 2nd and 12. So they call it a loss of 2 on that rush by Keon Edwards. And you got to imagine Hillock's going to be looking to the air here. Hillock looking for options. He's got a lot of time, all types of time. Gets it off to Edwards, and a fumble. And it looks like a Raven might have jumped on that one. Okay, they called that incomplete, so they say that Edwards never had it.
Malik Youssef with a big play defensively there. Jarred the ball loose with that hit. The official ruled that he didn't have the ball long enough to call it a reception. But great defense by the Ravens linebackers are really having a great game.
The Ravens would have loved to have had that one come loose and get another fumble recovery there, but they will settle for the 3rd and 12.
Garrity's coming in for a
long field goal.
49-yard field goal attempt for Garrity, but he has the leg. This is not a problem field goal for him.
This is inside of his range for sure. We've seen him make them before. He lets it go, and it's no good. Ferdinand back to receive, and Ferdinand's got some space. He dodged 2 tackles there, and he gets brought down at the 12-yard line.
Now, there's a rule where if the ball goes in the end zone and you run it out on a kick and you get out, it automatically comes out to the 20. So he gets to the 12-yard line, but he gets to 20. If he would have got to like the 30 or 40, it would stay there. But by returning the ball, you're at least getting the 20-yard line. And that was an interesting kick by Garrity. You know, it's a long field goal, so he's trying to hit a more of a line drive, a flatter ball. But when you do that, the ball can really move on you, and that ball really drifted to the right on him because it had a low rotation and a little bit of a breeze. It just kind of drifted to the right. Big break for the Ravens.
So now the Ravens take over with 58 seconds left in the first half. Lefebvre gonna look to get something going here. It's a handoff, and it's Alex Gale, and he gets taken down for a big loss there. He just couldn't get any space. He was looking to the far side first and then cut back to the near side, and he gets brought down for a loss.
Again, Western stacking the box, and Carleton just has nowhere to go. Western's defensive line is just really playing well. Mustangs call a timeout here because they want the clock to stop because they want another possession. Tristan Lefebvre from Ernest Manning High School in Calgary. He's Ernest Manning is actually the illegitimate brother of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. I don't know if you knew this. It's sort of like the Osmond brothers. You know, they had Jimmy Osmond that went to Japan. He didn't get to sing with Donnie and Marie. Well, Ernest Manning, they shipped him off to Calgary. And the Ernest Manning Passing Academy has produced many great quarterbacks in Calgary. I just made that up.
I know you made that up.
Yeah, I had you going for a minute, didn't I?
I was gonna tell everyone at home, don't believe anything that he says, but they should believe you on a few things.
Exactly.
For sure. So
you've learned a lot about kicking and punting tonight.
For sure. Things that I didn't know about how to be a kicker, definitely. So coming out of this timeout here, 2nd and 15. Lefebvre back to pass. And he's got a man. It's Jaden Simon. And he gets brought down at the 20. So it'll be 3rd down. And Ravens bringing on the punt team.
I actually have an Ernest Manning rookie card that was graded by Wally's Small Engine Repair and Sports card grading. It's an 11.
Our red zone sponsor?
Well, no, they got bumped. It's the Extra Point sponsor now. We want to upset Robertson Electric because they're a good sponsor.
So 3rd and 18 here for the Ravens, and they're going to punt this one away. So the Mustangs going to get another chance before the half closes. This one's off. And it's Missouri. And he gets brought down just short of the 55-yard line, so that'll be marked down, I believe, at the 53. And 20 seconds left on the clock here.
Not to go too coach on you, but that ball was snapped with 7 seconds left on the 20-second clock with the game clock running. They could have taken it down another 6 seconds off the clock, and a low line drive kick like that, you're setting up a long return. So it optically it looked like a good play, but a couple of little things, the little details the Ravens need to work on.
Sometimes giving Evan Hillock any time can be giving him too much time. And he's back. He's going to be looking to the air here. Lets it go. And he's got a man. And he tries to hurdle, but he's brought out by Agamudu on the tackle. And that was Mohsen Jamal who caught that one on the far line. And he's got a 1st down. 13 seconds left on the play clock. And this is dangerous territory here for Western.
Because he got out of bounds
right here.
Because he got out of bounds, the clock starts on the snap too. So a big break for Western.
So Hillock looking to the air again. He's looking to that far side. He's going to have to run for it. A rush from Evan Hillock. He's still not brought down yet. A lot of time there wasted, though, for the Mustangs. I believe that he might have gotten he was just short of the 1st down there. So it'll be 2nd and 3. So
Phil Jeffs, not to be a homer, but Phil Jeffs, the right tackle for Western, was absolutely clutching and grabbing and mauling Nathan Clark on that play right in front of the officials. I'm very surprised there was no holding call there.
So Western going to kick a field goal to try to tighten the gap here right before the end of this quarter. And that one's no good, and it's going to be returned by Ferdinand, and he gets brought down just outside of the Ravens' end zone. That will conclude the first half of play here at Tag Park. Ravens 14, Mustangs 10, and we'll see you right back here on OUA TV after a short break.
Welcome to the inaugural and the first of many diversity in sports conference. Congratulations to everybody for making this all become a reality.
I would highly recommend that people within the sport landscape in Canada definitely come to this conference next year. There's so much good information that can be absorbed from here, and I think we can all be part of the change within Canada if we all actively engage in conversations like this.
Coming to the Diversity in Sports Conference was one of the best experiences I ever had after coming to Canada. The people I was able to meet, the people I was able to network with, the friends I made, and the learnings I gained were tremendous.
Sign up right now. Follow them on whatever social media platform they are. email the OU way, contact them, contact whoever you need to contact, find out when they're getting ticket sales again, and get here. This is a must-do every single year. Everyone needs to be here. We need to pack this place and get at it again in 2024.
We don't have to work alone. We can do this together, and it shows by the numbers that are here that we want to improve and we want to make a better future for all Canadians. Doesn't matter where they're from, but that's the goal that we have. So thank you so much for coming to the inaugural conference, and dare I say, see you next year.
1, 2, 3.
Diversity in sports.
And so an awesome half of play there for the Ravens. They come out of this one 14-10, and they've got a 4-point lead here on the Mustangs, which a lot of people probably didn't think was going to be the score at this point in the game. Jeff, what did you think of the Ravens' play after that first half?
Well, the question going into this game, you know, when you have a powerhouse highly ranked like Western, is can you compete with them? And McMaster competed with them last week. Carleton certainly showed they could compete with them this half. I mean, when you look at Carleton all-time versus Western, they're 1 win and 6 losses ever against Western. Western has dropped 70 on Carleton twice. Western has averaged 47 points against Carleton, and you know Western has a reputation. They went in and they beat York 83-0 in their first game. They can turn a game into Globetrotters versus Generals pretty easily, but and you know Carleton can't afford to make mistakes. The one thing they have to do is as a team is they have to stop the small penalties. You know, when you're getting close to scoring position, you get an illegal procedure penalty, something like that, you go back 5 yards. Those are momentum killers, but they're also field position killers. Carleton has to be more disciplined, and they have to get the ball to the outside more to their, you know, get the ball to the guys that can make some plays, because inside the tackles, Western is dominating more and more and more. Carleton has to get outside.
And that discipline is definitely something that Coach Corey Grant is going over right now in the team room with his guys. And speaking of Coach Corey Grant, we got to sit down with him, have a little bit of an interview, and we'll show you that now. And we'll see you right back here on OUA TV.
The expectations for the team, and then for me, just organizational wise, I just feel a little bit more comfortable. And because I feel comfortable, then the coordinators feel comfortable, the coaches feel comfortable, and then the players feel comfortable. And we got a lot more work done this year. It's just to see the work that they put in over the summer, and saw the work that they put in over the winter, and then everybody coming together, and then seeing how they work and how we all work throughout training camp was really good. I've checked in on a lot of them, and everybody's in high spirits and understanding the expectations. And as that filters down, it just filters down throughout the players. And the organization this year, I just feel it's a lot better. Everybody knows how I work, I understand how they work, and then we're working really well together and starting to have that good gel. My big thing, my message will always be the same, right? We worry about what we can do, we control what we can do. And we're just about getting 1% better every single day. So when we get out there, the excitement will be there, the atmosphere throughout the week will be there, but just to temper that, take it one play at a time, and then we'll just build from there. And they can understand, everybody can understand, they're gonna have a team that's gonna go out and fight every single down and leave it on the field every single play. But they're not only gonna leave it on the field, they're gonna leave it in the classroom. They're gonna do everything that's right in those little things, because winning's in the details. right? And they're going to make sure, as they've been doing it since January, they're going to go out and put the best foot forward every single time they get an opportunity.
Welcome to the inaugural and the first of many diversity in sports conference. Congratulations to everybody for making this all become a reality.
I would highly recommend that people within the sport landscape in Canada definitely come out to this conference next year. There's so much good information that can be absorbed from here, and I think we can all be part of the change within Canada if we all actively engage in conversations like this.
Coming to the Diversity in Sports Conference was one of the best experiences I ever had after coming to Canada. The people I was able to meet, the people I was able to network with, the friends I made, and the learnings I gained were tremendous.
Sign up right now. Follow them on whatever social media platform they are. Email the OUA, contact them, contact whoever you need to contact, find out when they're getting ticket sales again, and get here. This is a must do every single year. Everyone needs to be here. We need to pack this place and get at it again in 2024.
We don't have to work alone. We can do this together. And it shows by the numbers that are here that we want to improve and we want to make a better future for all Canadians. Doesn't matter where they're from, but that's the goal that we have. So thank you so much for coming to the inaugural conference, and dare I say, see you next year.
1, 2, 3. Diversity in sports.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
Welcome to the inaugural and the first of many diversity in sports conference. Congratulations to everybody for making this all become a reality.
I would highly recommend that people within the sport landscape in Canada definitely come out to this conference next year. There's so much good information that can be absorbed from here, and I think we can all be part of the change within Canada if we all actively engage in conversations like this.
Coming to the Diversity in Sports Conference was one of the best experiences I ever had after coming to Canada. The people I was able to meet, the people I was able to network with, the friends I made, and the learnings I gained were tremendous.
And welcome back inside Tag Park. Once again, I'm Tristan Ford alongside Jeff Morris. And we've got a good one here today. Western trails by 4. The Ravens are ahead in their home opener. We've got a sold-out crowd here at Tag Park. A great atmosphere for the Ravens to be performing in tonight. And Jeff, what do you got to see from the Mustangs here to get themselves out of this deficit and come back and win this game?
I think the Mustangs are going to come out. They're going to run the ball off the edges. They've done a great job pulling their guards over, kicking out, opening up those holes. What they want to do is they want to score, but they want to chew 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock, make it a long, sustained drive, really keep the Carleton defense on the field. And if they can do that, that's exactly what they want to do coming. That sentence made no sense whatsoever, but that's what they want to do coming out of halftime.
That's okay, Jeff. Sometimes we just got to throw in some word jumbo in there.
Exactly.
So it'll be Forcier to kick this one off, and it's going to be Western's ball to start the third quarter.
So he's got Daniel Kabongo on the far side at about the 10-yard line. That's where the ball's going.
And Forcier to kick. Kicks off. Kabongo gets it on the 10-yard line. He's got a little bit of space, finds a hole, and he's taken down just short of the 40-yard line. That'll be at the 35 that he gets brought down. And we've got a little bit of antics going on with a Carleton player and a Western player on the near side here, outside of the play. But that's not a bad return there. So ball's on the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. And Hillock going to look to make something happen early here.
The ball on that kickoff drifted toward the middle of the field, and you can see the difference it makes when you're setting up a return or setting up coverage to seal in the corner. The ball gets in the middle of the field. That opened up an opportunity for a good return for Western.
So a handoff here. Looked like he almost dropped it, but that was Edwards who gets brought down for a loss there. Carleton defense all over him.
After the kickoff, Harvey Mafuda, number 13 for Carleton, was engaged in some extracurricular activities with a Western player.
And that was Onyeka there that had that tackle. He's been awesome here tonight.
They were actually
end for the Ravens.
They weren't fighting. They were actually talking about back to school clothes. You know, did you get any deals from the Gap or?
Yeah. How was your back to school shopping? Here's Hillock. He's looking past. He's got a man, but a great play there by Louis Laveau coming in to knock that one down. One of Carleton's best corners.
That was so close to being a pick six. Great read, great play by Louis Laveau. That play took a little bit too long to develop for Hillock and gave Carleton a lot of time. But you're going to the boundary side on that play. If he would have been going to field side, that would have been a lot of trouble.
And I love watching Louis Laveau play. When they played Wilfrid Laurier last week, he was all over the field, making plays everywhere. So it's going to be Western to punt this one away.
That's a nice high punt.
And it was Lewis for the return. He's got it, and he jumps on it. And Western was looking to grab that ball, but it'll be Carleton ball at the the 44.
It'll be the
This
44.
one's gonna
That
be
flag will
marked
be
down.
picked up. In Canadian football, anybody who's behind the ball when it's punted is eligible to go down and get the ball. And so number 77, the punter for Western, the ball's bouncing around. He made a good play to try to get in there and get the play. But unfortunately, there was a second Western player in that 5-yard area. I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, not a 15-yard penalty. If the ball's caught in the air, it's 15. If it's rolling around like that, 5. Unless if it's intentional and that's a discretionary call, it's 15.
Very interesting. So Carleton will take it. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 49. Tristan Lefebvre at the QB slot. And it's a handoff to Ferguson. And he was tackled for, I don't know if there's going to be any gain there.
Maybe 1 yard.
Gain of 1 yard.
But again,
maybe,
inside
So it'll
inside
be
the
called-
tackles, there's
it'll
just
be called
nothing there.
A 1 yard gain, and that's on the it'll be 2nd and 9 on the 50 there now for the Ravens.
Western's playing with no safety. They've got nobody back there. They're stacking everybody up. They're just waiting for it between the tackles.
Lefebvre looking past. He's got a man, and a catch made on the Western 50-yard line. And that's Kasim Ferdinand who made the catch there.
Kasim Ferdinand
And they
just
get a
makes
first
plays.
down.
Kasim Ferdinand just makes plays every time he gets the ball.
And that's why Lefebvre loves to go to him, because he knows that he's gonna catch it if it's in his range. And it'll be a handoff to Alex Gale. He goes to the far side looking for options. There's nowhere for him to go. He gets brought down right back at the 50. So it'll be no gain and 2nd and 10 for the Ravens.
Yeah, they're giving him 1 yard there, so it'll be 2nd and 9. But again, they're bringing everybody up. Now they're going to play like they did last second. Now they're going to bring a safety back. They're going to give a little bit of cushion underneath, but they're protecting against the pass on this play. Carleton's got to do a better job doing something on 1st down.
So receivers on the field: Ben Huckabone, Jaden Simon, Hunter Brown, and Kasim Ferdinand. And we'll see where Lefebvre goes with this one. Jaden Simon out to the near. And Lefebvre's got to run for it. And he's down just short of the Western 45. So that'll be down on the 46. And 3rd down here on the Ravens, 3rd and 7. They're going to bring out the field goal team. No, they're going to punt this one away. Oh, and he drops the long snap there. It's punted, and that one goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Carleton caught a break on that play because Western did not rush anybody. They made contact, and they were more focused on preventing Carleton's coverage players from getting downfield. Chandra dropped the ball. If they would have been rushing 1 or 2 players, that play would have blown up on Carleton's face, but they caught a break there. And not a strong punt by Chandra, but he did get the ball out of bounds. There's no return. Western's in a pretty good hole. Carleton's got good field position to put in a defensive, try to put in a defensive stop here.
So Evan Hillock back on the field for the Mustangs. And it's going to be a rush by Keon Edwards. He's got room to the outside. Makes one miss, and now he gets brought down by 2 players. It's Igamudu, who's going to get credited with that tackle. And it'll be a gain of about 7 or 8 for the Mustangs. So 2nd and 3, they give him 7 on that run.
We talked about number 61, Eric Anderson, the left tackle. He absolutely pancaked Ife Onyeka on that play. He's having a great game, Anderson.
And it's Yazbek with a rush, and he's got a lot of space. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. No one's going to get him. He's at the 10. And touchdown, Keanu Yazbek. Mustangs strike back and take the lead. What a run.
Once again, there was nobody on the left side of Carleton's defense. Like, there was nobody there.
A 75-yard touchdown for Keanu Yazbek, and he just had so much space there, Jeff. Like you said, there was no Ravens there to make that tackle, and they're going to pay for it. So they go down by 2, and after this extra point, you got to imagine it'll be 3. Kick is up by Garrity, and it's good. So Western takes the lead.
And again, it's not that there was nobody there, only 1 or 2 guys to beat. There was nobody on the line. There were no linebackers. There was one DB way back who had a receiver taking him out of the play. I mean, there was nobody there.
Now, do you draw that up to a miscommunication? Do you draw that up to just a bad play there by the Ravens?
I think there's a lot of factors that go into that. Maybe they read the wrong thing. Maybe they overacted to something they saw, but it went horribly wrong for Carleton and extremely right for Western.
And the home opener action continues tomorrow when Ravens Rugby opens their 2023 home schedule against McGill. Catch all the action right here at Tag Park on a special Super Sunday. Your ticket to rugby or men's soccer matchup against Queens gets you into both games for the price of one.
Have you been
to kick this one off?
Have you been to a Carleton rugby game yet?
I have been to a Carleton rugby
Do they do that
game.
haka thing?
That what, sorry?
What New Zealand All Blacks do, that haka thing? Where they do the dance?
Caught there by Ferdinand to return. Sorry, that's Alex Gale to return, and he's tackled by Max Nixon. So Ravens offense is going to come out and hope to respond to this. They'll have the ball at the 23, 1st and 10 Ravens.
Now, again, they cannot afford to go 2 and out here because they're going to lose. You know, you cannot let Western take control of this game momentum-wise. They've got to sustain a drive, and they've got to do something on 1st down other than a 1-yard run inside.
Lefebvre under center. Play action. Pass. And that one's incomplete. He was looking to Ferdinand, but the ball bounced off the ground. It'll be incomplete, and 2nd and 10 for the Ravens.
That was a very good call. That was that play action. Western bid on it. You know, Lefebvre was rushed, but that play was almost there.
Well, you know it's a good play action call when I almost fall for it. I almost thought that they were running that one. Lefebvre under center again. He's looking to the air. He's got Ferdinand. Ferdinand's looking for room, and he's brought down at the 32.
That's going to be close, but I think he's about a yard short.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a 3rd down. They bring on the punt team.
What a move by Ferdinand, though. He's a total ankle breaker. Like is that guy a Barry Sanders starter kit or what?
Yeah, Ferdinand, when he gets that ball in the slot, you don't know which way he's going to go, but you know once he gets away from the first tackle, it's downhill and he's going to be hard to catch. So
that's a much better punt by Chandra.
To punt this one away, and it's caught by Masiri, and he's down at the
They're going to give
25.
him the 30. Looks like they're going to give him the 31-yard line before he was pushed back.
Yeah, so that's Joseph there with another tackle. He's another one of those guys on the defense that has been all over the place today. Even though he got a little banged up in the first half there, he came back and he's made some big plays here tonight.
He's coming off the field now, and he's like, "Coach, you sure? Me? You want me off? Come on, Coach."
Guys like him, they want to go
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
They don't want any time off the field.
Are you enjoying the club music that's playing by the DJ here?
I won't lie to you, Jeff. I cannot hear much outside of these headphones.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I really can't hear
I'm waiting for
much.
Sandstorm to come on. Maybe turn down for what?
Hey, if you talk loud enough, the DJ will be able to hear you.
Right? Maybe some LMFAO.
What happened to them? They have disappeared.
He's a producer now.
Hillock. He looks past. He's got Jamal. And he's brought down. They might give him this for a first down here, if not just short.
What Western did really well on that play is, they've got that hitch, they've got that quick pass, but they set up their blocking. They had 4 guys in front of that receiver.
So it's second and very short. It'll be 2nd and 1 here.
This would be a good play to try to go deep.
Hillock,
or just hand it off
to Edwards. And I don't know if they got there. It looks like that's going to be a loss.
That's a loss. So getting back to LMFAO, Red Foo, their lead singer, in 2013, they had a #1 song. He's actually Barry Gordy's son, Red Foo. He actually quit music to try to qualify for the U.S. Open tennis tournament. And this is not a joke. I'm serious.
And what was that song, Jeff? I know you know it, and I know everyone listening knows
I'm
it.
sexy and I know
I'm
it.
sexy and I know it. That's right.
Punter's theme song.
It was the penalty called here on. Is that Western that they called the penalty?
No, I just think it's 3rd down and they're 3rd and 2. They're punting. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Remember that part? That's the same song,
one,
right?
Yeah, same. I think so.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs.
Look at the wide splits on the punt formation that Western uses to spread out down the field. That's a really interesting formation they use.
And that one's a sky ball. Doesn't go very far. And
Whoops.
Ferdinand doesn't get the chance to return that one. So it rolls out at about the 45-yard line. They'll call it at the 40. They'll call it at the 48-yard line there. So Ravens going to take over at their own 48. 1st and 10 here for Tristan Lefebvre. See what he can come up with.
In the crowd, a couple of rows below us, is legendary Carleton coach Keith Harris, who I believe turns 91 this season, but it's great to see Keith Harris still coming out to games. Legendary coach.
Receivers in motion. Handoff to Alex Gale, and he's brought down at the Ravens' 50-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 2, and that'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ravens.
Again, an inside run on 1st down, gain of 1 or 2. They've got to be more creative. We got a bunch formation on the left. Let's see if they isolate the receiver on the other side now.
Lefebvre looking for Hatchie. Doesn't have him. Incomplete. So that's Frederick Hatchie, who caught a touchdown pass last week against Laurier, but wasn't able to get his hands around that one there, and it's a quick 2 and out for the Ravens, and they're going to punt this one away. And it looks like Masiri to return this one. Caught it on the 15, gets up to the 18. And that's Braden Clark with the tackle there for the Carleton special teams unit.
Braden
and
Clark
it's gonna
from
be 1st and 10 for Evan Hillock and the Mustangs.
Braden Clark from Gananoque has had a good game on special teams, and if you watch him come down, he stays under control, and then he gears down and he starts to shimmy right around the 5-yard mark. No one's going to beat him laterally. No one's going to go through him. He's made a number of plays, but really fundamentally a very sound special teams player. Too often you see a guy on a gunner just fly by the returner and miss him.
So the last touchdown that the Mustangs had was a run by Yazbek, and he's looking to do it again. He gets brought down at the 30-yard line, possibly the 31, and that'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs. And man, when Yazbek gets going downhill, he's like a bullet out of a gun. He just gets going right away and gets downhill quickly.
And nobody touched him. Obman Braun made that tackle, but if Braun misses that tackle, it's a track meet.
Hillock, another handoff to Yazbek. They're going to keep running him, and he's tackled down at the 46. Sorry. Yeah, that'll be the 36. And that's Chris Dupin with the tackle. And 2nd and 4 on the 37 for the Mustangs. Hillock. Handoff to Edwards. He's got room to the outside. He misses one tackle. And he's brought down for a first down. He gets brought down at the 47 or the 46. And it'll be another first down here for the Mustangs. And so far in this drive, they've been run, Jeff.
Run, and big holes. And this is exactly what they wanted to do coming out of halftime.
And they're looking to get organized here. And Hillock to pass. And he had Savon Magny Jones, but he just couldn't come up with it.
Not only did he have him, but that was Obman Braun on the defensive coverage there. He didn't have any help coming over for him.
No,
and if he would have been able to hit him on the run, that would have been, I mean, he could have run all the way to Billings Bridge before anyone would have caught him.
Take a quick stop at the Walmart there.
Exactly.
Hillock, a handoff to Edwards. And Edwards gets brought down short of a first down. It'll be probably a gain of 5 or 6.
That was a big play by the Ravens defense to shut that downhill run down. Western's been able to pull off 10, 15, 20 yards consistently on those plays. On 2nd and 10 to come up big, stop that drive. You don't want Western to score again right now.
Now, Mustangs going to punt this one away. And it is Ferdinand. Catches it at the 18. He's going to the far side, but he went the wrong way. You want to go downhill as much as possible, but he went a little bit backwards. And they'll call him short of where he caught the ball. And he's going to be on the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Ravens at their own 16-yard line. Tristan Lefebvre has some work to do to make a drive here.
Ferdinand trying to get outside the contain man. And if he gets outside that contain man, he's got nothing but wide open space. But again, the contain man from the offside came back across and made that tackle from behind when Ferdinand tried to make a cut.
And we will see you right back here after a short commercial break. Make sure you tune in for the finish of this game on OUA TV.
This is what girls do. 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 This is what girls do.
And welcome back to Tag Park. 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And that was a rush there by the Ravens. Didn't go anywhere. So they got caught up at the line of scrimmage. That's Josh Ferguson there. Oh, they actually gave him 2 yards on that. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ravens.
Got an injured Western player on the field right now. That's number 92, Angelo Longo. He's a defensive tackle. Having a pretty good game. Again, the Western defensive line, their interior line, has done a really good job stuffing Carleton's run after the first couple of drives of the game.
So there's an injured player on the field there. He's going to be tended to on the sideline. And Ravens 2nd and 8 on their own 19.
I think the best thing to have when you're injured, when you go off like that, is pudding. You know those like things your mom used to put in your lunch, those puddings? I'd love to have one if I was hurt.
Little snack.
Yeah, exactly. Butterscotch or maybe tapioca.
I don't know if butterscotch is a big thing anymore. Lefebvre launches a bomb, and it was just incomplete. He was looking for Hunter Brown on that far sideline. Had him, but he couldn't make the catch. So it'll be incomplete, a 2 and out for the Ravens, and they're going to punt this one away.
That was an exceptional defensive play there by Jackson Findlay. And, read it perfectly, but the way he came over and used his uphill arm to knock that pass down was great.
And Jackson Findlay, he's an absolute stud on defense there for the Mustangs. And now it's Missouri with the return, and he was down at the 55-yard line, possibly the Ravens 54. So they marked him down after he rolled. So they're giving it to him on the 52 there.
Oh no, he rolled all the way down to like the 20-yard line. I mean, he was like a soccer player rolling around, All that was missing was the trainer and the magic spray.
So Evan Hillock getting the ball in pretty good field position here. See what he'll do with it. Hand off to Edwards. Edwards has room to the outside. He's at the 35. Makes some. Oh, and he gets brought down by Igamudu. Good thing Igamudu was there, or that would have been dangerous territories for the Ravens because there was no one else there to stop him.
That's a great tackle. And what happened there, the Ravens are rushing from the outside, and they're just not quite getting there to stop Edwards in the backfield.
And Hillock's looking to pass. He makes someone miss, and he's got a man deep. It's Seth Robertson in the end zone for a Mustangs touchdown. Not the greatest coverage there by the Ravens, and a touchdown Mustangs, and they're going to keep their lead. I told you that Evan Hillock had good field position there, and it only took him 2 plays to make something happen.
Now, we talked earlier about running at a player and being under control. And Medley Joseph came flying in at Hillock, and all Hillock did was play bullfighter with him, just took a step to the side. Joseph just ran right by him. And you got to be under control when you go to make those plays.
So a 38-yard touchdown there.
Because if Joseph would have connected at that speed with Hillock, he would have completely snot bubbled him.
You're right. And now we'll see the extra point here by the Mustangs with a flag in the end zone. And Mustangs are going to back it up. So I didn't see that call there. What? So they took too long to get that extra point up.
So
and they're going to lose 5 yards for it.
Carleton should accept that penalty on the kickoff, not here, which is what they're going to do. He's coming over to actually what he's talking to Coach Grant about is not do you want this on the kickoff. He's asking him if he's going to watch the new season of Survivor that's coming up.
I didn't know there was a new season.
Yeah, there's a new season coming up. So the referees and the coaches are pretty excited about that. That's what they're discussing right now.
So Corey Grant accepts that, and they'll take the penalty on the kickoff. And extra point is up, and it's good. So Western ahead now by 10 points, 24-14. And they're going to kick this one away to the Ravens. And now it's getting to that time here where the Ravens really got to buckle up and put a drive together because they don't want to get too far in the hole. They want to keep it to, hopefully, if they can score here, they can keep it into with a one-possession game in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have to do something on this drive. If they'll probably start from about the 25-yard line. If they go 2 and out, Western will have good field position. This game can get away from the Ravens pretty quickly if they're not careful. Western is just too football-y. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but they're just fundamentally just basic, strong football.
They have a winning program. They have one of the best coaches in Greg Marshall and one of the most winningest coaches in USports football. And so it's going to be Alex Gale on the return. He makes the first man miss. And he's going to be brought down just short of the Ravens' 40. They'll give it to him at the 40. So Tristan Lefebvre is going to take over.
That was an amazing spin move at contact by Alex Gale there, because he's so tight into the sideline. He spins open side to the field, ends up getting an extra 5 yards because of that. That's the type of stuff that's instinctual. You can't teach it.
And not only is he an explosive back, but like you mentioned, great spin move. He's a very shifty back as well. Lefebvre, handoff to Ferguson, and he's brought down by Max Nixon. So Max Nixon get in there and gets that tackle right away. Wasn't letting Ferguson get too far.
So they've got to look for Ferdinand now outside the numbers. Try to make something happen. Get the ball outside, away from that black hole of the middle of the Western defense.
2nd and 7 for the Ravens. Receivers in motion. Lefebvre back to throw. Got Ferdinand at the 50-yard line. First down, Ravens. And exactly what you said there, Jeff, came to fruition. And they go to Kasim Ferdinand, and once again, he makes the play.
The guy who made that play happen was number 65, Patrick Lavoie. Just before the ball was thrown, Lavoie on the left side of the line goes down and cut block.
Lefebvre handoff to Ferguson, and Ferguson gets brought down at the 52, possibly the 51.
To finish that thought, Patrick Lavoie went down and made a cut block. And what that does is it brings the arms of the defender down to defend themselves. That created the passing lane for Lefebvre and made that pass to Kasim Ferdinand possible.
So 2nd and 9 on their own 52. Tristan Lefebvre, 50 seconds in the third quarter to go. He's going to pass, and he's got nothing, so he's going to run. Flag in the backfield, probably going to be a hold there.
Yeah, we've got a hold on the I couldn't see the number from here, but
yeah, so it'll be holding on the Ravens, and that's going to bring them back.
Or do you decline the penalty and go 3rd down and 2? Looks like they're going to take them back.
Yeah, they are going to take them back. So it'll be a 2nd and very long. So 2nd and 19. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Lefebvre looking to pass, and he's pressured right away, has to get it out of there. He does, so that's incomplete. He was looking towards Ben Huckabone, but really didn't have much there.
Western rushed 4 players and dropped 8 into coverage. And for 4 guys against 5 or 6 to put a pass rush on like that just shows the strength of Western's interior line.
And Carleton punts this one away. And Missouri to return. He gets brought down at the 32. He gets tackled by Joseph once again.
Another good job. One thing that I find interesting between the two centers, watch on this play the Western center. If they're running pistol, he puts the ball up on.
We got one play here before, and it's Edwards on the rush. He gets brought down at the 31, and that will end this quarter. So heading into the fourth quarter, Mustangs 24, Ravens 14, and we will see you right back here after a short break.
It's Junior Ravens report, and today I'm interviewing
Tristan Lefebvre.
Tristan. How old were you when you started playing football?
When I started playing football, I was around 7 years old.
What was your junior team?
My junior team was Calgary Wildcats.
Do you have a superstition or pregame routine?
I do not, but I'm trying to get one. I just haven't decided what it is yet.
If you didn't play football, what other Raven sport would you play?
That's a tough one to say. I would say I'm into baseball, fishing if that's a sport, golf.
Can you kick or throw?
I can throw and I can also kick, actually.
Tell me a joke.
Don't have a joke. It's not tough.
I got a joke.
Sorry. What's the joke?
What did the football player say to the broken vending machine? I need my quarterback.
That's hilarious. Good job, Thomas.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
And welcome back inside Tag Park for the Ravens home opener, where they're currently trailing the Western Mustangs by 10 points. And calling all OUA fans, the new OUA TV Premium Pass is available now. With the new Premium Pass, fans can enjoy an ad-free experience, watch all live and on-demand games anytime, clip and share their favorite moments, and enjoy live DVR. Don't wait. Learn more about the Premium Pass and purchase yours today at OUA.tv.
Just looking at the stats after the third quarter, here's the story of the game so far. Western has 233 yards rushing. Carleton has 35. And again, we talk about the strength of Western's interior line, and that tells the story right there.
And that's something that Carleton couldn't get going against Wilfrid Laurier either, as we see Keon Edwards with a rush. And he's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line, just short of the 40-yard line. And it'll be a first down here for the Western Mustangs. No, so they don't give him the first down. 2nd and 4. And Hillock to throw. He's got time. He's got Jamal on the outside.
So that was a 1st and 10. The scoreboard operator might have been busy. Well, the scoreboard operator is actually playing Pokemon Go right now, and I think he found what's that water one that's really popular? I think he saw him.
He got a little bit distracted.
Oh, totally, yeah.
When they moved the sticks over at halftime, now I can't see the down meter over there. So
yeah,
Hillock.
It's a long way.
Hand off to Edwards, who's got a lot of room once again. He goes outside. He's at the 50, and it gets brought down by Igamudu. And Igamudu there again to make a play.
Another big hole by the Western offensive line.
Yeah, Western's line has been awesome in the run game today, creating a lot of space for their backs. And that's the reason that Western's ahead right now. They had that huge run there by Yazbek, and also the time that the line is giving Hillock to throw the ball. Hillock gets it out quickly. It's Missouri. And he'll have a gain of about 3 or 4. So that'll be 2nd and 6.
Ravens defense reacted very well to that. Brody Burke, second-year guy from Ottawa, from Beatrice Deloge, got in there very quickly and made a big play.
They give him 5 yards. on that play. So 2nd and 5 Mustangs. Hillock under center. He's got time. He's got Jamal on the outside. A first down and more. And he gets brought down at the 25-yard line. That's the Ravens 25.
That offensive line is so good at protecting Hillock. When Hillock has time and there's a defensive coverage breakdown like that, he's going to find his man. And that's a sign of a veteran quarterback and a veteran team. And Hillock's one of the best quarterbacks in the country and probably an early Carleton favorite.
Hillock, he's got time again. Now the pressure's coming, but he evades. And he's got a man and a first down once again.
Hillock did a really good job there evading pressure. Easily could have been a sack.
Yeah, that was a little bit Mahomes-esque there, the way he evaded that one.
Yeah. That's a good word, Mahomes-esque.
Hillock, handoff there to Keanu Yazbek. Couldn't find much. And Igamudu once again gets in there for the tackle.
This is a 4-point play for Carleton here. They've got to hold Western to 3 instead of 7.
So Western in the red zone, the Robertson Electric red zone that is. And Hillock's got a lot of time, too much time. He's gonna run with it. Can he find a man? He's got someone in the end zone and touchdown Western.
You can't give Hillock time like that. He'll find somebody.
Much time.
That was like 37 Mississippis.
He could have sat back there, baked a cake, tied his shoe, and then let that football rip.
Seriously.
And that's what he did. And Carleton's going to pay for it once again here. They're giving him way too much time back there to do what he wants to do. And eventually a man gets free and gets into the end zone there. And that'll be good there from Brian Garrity.
That's, of course, the Wally's small engine repair and sports card grading extra point.
So Seth Robertson with his 2nd touchdown there of the game. He's been making a lot of big plays for Western here tonight, and they're better off having him here for sure. So
And again, this is exactly what Carleton didn't want in the second half. You have a couple of 2-and-outs. You get a couple of long drives by Western. The game's going to get away from you. Now Carleton's got their back against the wall if they want to get back into it, and Western will be just sitting there waiting for them. But they've got to do something on first down because these inside zone runs are getting them nowhere.
Down now 31-14. Brian Garrity gets the kickoff. So Ferguson on that return. And
that was Gale, actually.
That was Gale?
Yeah.
So Alex Gale out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, 22-yard line. And it'll be first down for the Carleton Ravens. Tristan Lefebvre needs to get his offense going here. They've got just over 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, and they've got a lot of work to do.
It's a 3-score game right now.
And a flag on the play. Yeah, and that one's going to be called on Carleton, so they're going to bring that back.
So that was I believe that was too many men in the huddle, or an illegal substitution. Couldn't quite see what happened.
And
if it was 13 men, they would have let the play go. They would have blown it. They wouldn't have blown it dead.
So that's another one of these mistakes that you're going to pay for here.
Yeah.
Especially getting later into this game now.
And how about Western?
And another flag down on the play.
Western
And
came into this
gets called
game
dead
with
again.
Western came into this game with 26 penalties in 2 games, and I mean the way Carleton's been going on, some of these officials are going to have rotator cuff injuries.
So it's a false start there on the Ravens. So that'll bring them back. So 1st and 20 now. This is not what they wanted to open this drive.
No.
Lefebvre, a quick out. Ferdinand is getting to the outside. And sorry, that is Hunter Brown. That quick out was to. He couldn't find much space along the near sideline.
He looked kind of Ferdinandy on that play, though,
He
right?
did look a little bit Ferdinandy. Again, it's really hard to see the numbers from where we are, but that's all right. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ravens. And Lefebvre throws, and he's got a man! First down!
That was Ben Huckabone with that play.
Huckabone makes the play on the far sideline, gets the first down, and that's what they needed here. So they took a few penalties, they paid for it, but they don't let it hurt them too much.
When I was refereeing high school, Huckabone played at Ashbury College. Just a phenomenal football player in high school. A great recruit by the Ravens.
Lefebvre, he's got time, launches it. He's got Ferdinand deep inside the Mustangs 25-yard line. It's Kasim Ferdinand. What a catch, what a play there.
You talk about the best receivers in Carleton history. You got Nate Bahar, John Dolly, Joe Barnaby, Scott Alexander, Pat McGinn, Gary Cook. Kasim Ferdinand belongs in that discussion with the best ever.
And now the atmosphere starting to pick up here at Tag Park after that play. We've got a timeout on the field. Western looking to sort something out. So there's an injured player on the field, actually.
It's Angelo Longo from Western again. He's had a couple of injuries, so good for him for getting back in there and playing hurt. Referees having a discussion over there. They're actually talking about bringing the 1980s hit sitcom Alf back, and the referees are discussing what a great thing that would do for their Thursday nights.
Do you think that would be a good idea, Jeff?
I think so. I've heard that they're talking about that, to bringing Alf back. So I'm not sure about the head referee, but the umpire, Andre Papineau, he's all over it. I can tell.
Yeah, they don't have a job to do.
And Justin Andrew, who's in the end zone, loves to go to Comic-Con. He would actually dress as Alf for Comic-Con, I'm pretty sure.
1st and 10 for the Ravens. Lefebvre under center. And he was looking for Huckabone. Incomplete. Sorry, that was Hatchie that he was looking for there. Frederick Hatchie not able to get his hands on it. And 2nd and 10 here for the Ravens. Ravens in dire need of a big play here.
Yeah, again, they're 3 scores down. They've got to,
Settling for a field goal is not an option.
No.
Lefebvre. He's going past, and he's got a man in the end zone. Intercepted. So that's intercepted in the end zone. And that's Richard Adubefore there with that big play for Western. And as that interception happens, you start to see a few Ravens fans leave Tag Stadium here. That is not what they wanted on that play.
No, well, you know what? Give Carleton credit. Their offensive line, Western brought the house, and Carleton did a great job picking up the blitz. That was a good play and a good pass, but the defender for Western came out of nowhere. Came flying out of nowhere. What a great defensive play.
Yes, that was Richard Adubefore there with that interception. And like you said, great play, his first interception of the season. And Hillock lets it go. It's Jamal outside. So that's Mohsen Jamal who caught that ball for a first down.
So the fans are actually leaving clockwise. If we were in Australia, they'd be leaving counterclockwise. It's different there. Not sure if you knew that.
That's just not true. That one I can't let you away with. That that one's just not true at all. Hillock, handoff. It's Yazbek. And he's brought down by Othman Brahm. So Othman Brahm gets in there, makes the play.
Now again, another big play coming up for the Ravens defense. If they want to cling to some hope in this game.
So Hillock, he's got two receivers to his left, now in motion. He's looking pass. He's looking near side. Doesn't find anything. Flag on the play. That'll be holding on the offense there. And that's going to bring Western back after that incomplete pass.
Yeah, they'll decline that penalty and bring on third down. But again, we talked about Eric Anderson, number 61, having such a great game. Well, he got caught that time clutching and grabbing Ife Onyeka.
So Coach Corey Grant declines that penalty, as you said he would. And he'll bring up 3rd and 4. And they'll get the ball back here after a punt from Brian Garrity.
Now this is where on special teams Carleton needs a really big play from Kasim Ferdinand. He's on the wide side of the field, but I think they're going to go over to Brom's side on the short side.
Brom and Kasim Ferdinand back to return. And a timeout called here by Carleton. Is that really a timeout that you want to use?
Well,
at this point
that was actually a Western timeout.
All right, well, that works for Carleton then. They can get that sorted out.
I think Western had a personnel issue in the huddle on that play. Western again using that wide splits format for their punt coverage.
So A.J. Williamson to punt. He drops it, and he's got to run. And this is going to be great field position and a fumble.
Oh, no. He's going to get a first down. Oh, almost.
Wow. He almost got a first down there after that fumble. So good field position. The Ravens will take over.
Let's see what the penalty is. Looked like it came down after the play. Not sure what this is. So unnecessary roughness against Western. So that's going to bring the ball up to about the 25-yard line. Just on the doorstep of the Robertson Electric red zone.
And Carleton will take that. They need that. They need to make a play here quickly. They really don't have time to mess around.
With this club music playing in the background, I feel like busting into like the sprinkler, maybe the shopping cart of the running man or something like that. I don't think there's enough room in the press box here to do that, though.
I'm impressed that you can hear that, Jeff, because I seriously can't hear anything outside of my headphones here. And we're going to go into a TV timeout here, so make sure you tune right back in for the end of this game on OUA TV.
This is what girls do. 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 is what girls do. This is what girls do. This is what girls. This is what girls. This is what girls do.
And welcome back inside Tag Stadium. This one's set to get underway here. Ravens take over in good field position. A handoff to Ferguson. And not much to gain there for Ferguson. He gets brought down, maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
Malcolm Fraser came across and made that big play.
They don't give him anything on that play, so no gain. 2nd and 10, Carleton. Kasim Ferdinand and Jaden Simon on the near side, but Lefebvre looks the other way, and he's got Brown.
This is a good play by the Ravens, by Hashi, finding a seam, stopping, getting open. Didn't get the first down, but this is a big play coming up for Carleton.
They've got to go for it.
They've got to go for it, and they've got to score this drive.
You know Corey Grant's going to go for this.
Carleton uses one of their timeouts here, which is okay. The clock was running, so, I mean, you're going to have to use them when the clock's running at some point anyway.
Now, if you're Carleton here, coming out of this timeout, is this a time where you use Tristan Ronaldus on a 3rd and short?
I don't know what they're going to do. They just sent their field goal unit on, and then they got 10 yards onto the field and then turned around and backed up. Here comes Ronaldus right now.
Yeah. So
or no, that's Lefebvre going in. Ronaldus is coming out.
They're bringing Lefebvre and taking Ronaldus out. You're right. So they were looking to use one of Ronaldus' special packages on 3rd and short, but they are going to change their minds. Lefebvre will take the snap here.
So this is a big play. They've got to make a play toward the sideline about 5 yards down the field.
They are on the 17-yard line in the Robertson Electric red zone. He's looking past, got him in the end zone. And they do give him the flag, so that's going to be a PI. There was a lot of hands there.
That's a big break for the Ravens.
That's a huge break for the Ravens, but I could see that from here. He was very handsy, and the ball was nowhere near him yet. So that'll give him a 1st and 10, and that'll move him.
That'll move him right up to the 1 yard line. So now Carleton will likely score, but they want to score early so that you're not you're not taking time off the clock.
So 1st and 2 yards to go here for the Ravens. They get the ball on the Mustang 2-yard line. Lefebvre looking short and caught by Kasim Ferdinand.
Another touchdown for Kasim Ferdinand.
There.
That's the 9th touchdown of Kasim Ferdinand's career at Carleton. The guy just gets in the end zone almost every game.
So now the Ravens back to within striking distance here, but they're going to need some help from their defense to get this ball back quickly and give Lefebvre some time after this extra point and the return. And that extra point is good. So Forcier makes another one tonight. So 31-21. It's a 2-possession game here still. Lots of work to do for the Ravens. This is going to be an uphill battle that they fight for the last 4.5 minutes of this game.
And this is where the Ravens defense really has to come through, because Western has just been piling up first downs and piling up yards. They haven't scored nearly as much as you would think by looking at the stats, but they need a 2-and-out here.
So Forcier to kick this one off, and looks like it'll be Masiri who will.
He'll kick it to Kabongo here. He'll catch it at about the 10.
Yep. So Kabongo gets taken down short of the 20-yard line, so they'll probably give that to him on the 18.
That's great coverage. That was exactly how Carleton drew that up.
Now Evan Hillick coming back to the field here. And you got to imagine that they might keep this ball on the ground.
They're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to keep pounding off the tackle and try to run downhill and let the big boys up front make some room for these guys. They've run all over Carleton in the second half, and no reason to stop now.
Hillick, handoff to Edwards, and there's not much room for him to work there. He gets a short gain of 4, maybe 5. And that'll be second down on the 26. So 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Let's see if they keep it on the ground again. I would run him again.
Hillick, another handoff to Edwards, and he might have it there. It looks like he does. So first down for Keon Edwards and the Mustangs, and they'll keep this drive alive. And the more first downs that happen on this drive, the worse Carleton's chances look.
Western's been running a double tight end front on offense, and that play they went away from it with only 5 guys. They had they had a 6-pack receivers, or sorry, 5-pack plus Edwards. But
Hillick looking to the air. He's got a quick pass, and it's Savon Magny-Jones who gets it down to the 48-yard line, the Western 48 that is. And it'll be a first down once again for the Mustangs.
Number 48, Sandro Perini for Western, got out on the outside and threw a big block on that play to spring the receiver for a few more yards.
And that's what Western uses their fullbacks for all the time, and they're very good at it.
So the referee's just taking a look at it from the spot, so it'll be a first down Western.
So 1st and 10 on the Mustang 42. 3-minute warning there.
So here they're in the double tight end set again. So expect a run.
Hillick gonna get this snap. Receivers in motion. Handoff to Yazbek.
He's getting a lot of yards before contact there. Even though the ball's like, right up the middle, right up the 2-hole, he's 9 yards. Hillick, good job there letting the clock run down. The clock's running. Let the play clock run down to 3 or 2 left before he takes the snap.
So balls on Western's 51-yard line. And we'll see what Hillick has under his sleeve here. And a QB sneak.
I'm not sure that he got that on there.
And I
don't think so.
That they brought in, they did bring in Jerome Rancourt there. So that was not Hillick under center. They wanted to give him a little QB sneak.
They always bring in another quarterback for the quarterback sneak, a guy cold off the bench. If you're just going to bring a guy in to take a snap, bring your 275-pound beast in to run a quarterback sneak.
So 3rd and 1, and they're going to leave.
He's going to go under
center. They're going to leave Rancourt out there, and it looks like they're probably going to do the same thing again. And they do, and that one looks like they got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
It'll be a close spot, but I think that'll be a first down for the Mustangs. And they will move the sticks. First down Western. And that's killer for Carleton. They really needed a stop there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Carleton only with 1 timeout left. So if Western can keep the ball on the ground. I mean, luckily in Canadian football, the clock stops every play, and it's a 20-second clock. But if they keep it on the ground, not go out of bounds, they're going to knock off 25 seconds per play.
Evan Hillick back in the game. Handoff Edwards. Sorry, that's Yazbek. The handoff was 2, and he gets a gain of 4, maybe 5. So it'll be 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 6.
Got an injured player.
So Joseph in with another tackle there. And like you said, yeah, an injury on the field. It's a Raven that's down.
I can't see who that is from here, but and, you don't want to see injuries at this point in the game.
No, and I'm still not sure who that is that's down. We'll see him get up here. So that was Joseph.
That's Medley Joseph.
That was Joseph that was down, and I'm glad that he's up and walking. That's the 2nd or 3rd time that he's been banged up now.
He's had a great game though. Like he really has.
Well, he's the one that made the tackle there and paid the price for it.
There's some players you expect big games from, and then some guys that just step up in a big game when you're facing a big opponent. And Medley Joseph is a guy that's just, you're facing the best team in the OUA, and he's just stepped up his game today.
So 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Ball on the 54. Hillick, he's looking to the air. He's got Jamal, and that's a first down there for Mohsen Jamal.
Western not keeping the ball on the ground there, but they're keeping the ball, the receivers are staying away from the sidelines, so keep that clock running.
So another first down here for the Mustangs.
Just a great job they're doing
left.
Chewing the clock up.
Rush Keon Edwards, and he doesn't find much room there. He was tackled by Cave.
Schneider Cave, we haven't seen much of him today.
No, he's been quiet, but he makes the play there.
Refereed a lot of his games in high school. Probably the most violent hitting high school player I've ever seen. He was a beast when he played in high school football. He played at Football North in St. Joseph's.
Yeah, one of those guys that loves to throw the body.
Oh, he loves to hit.
And Hillick is going to hand off to Thompson.
He's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards. Now, mind you, we only got 21 seconds left. You may as well run some clock off and go for it at this point.
So
you could even
seeing
probably
Troy
take a knee. You'd probably even take a knee at this point.
Yeah, at this point it might be that time, but it's it's
Western
gonna be
doesn't take knees though.
It's 3rd and 2 here, so they'll probably try to make a move for a first down and then take a knee.
Well, regardless of how the second half went, the thing is, you never know what you're going to get against Western. You don't want this to be, they played Western 7 times, and Western scored an average of 47 points each time against them. You don't want to be blown out by these guys, and this is the best team they're going to face all year. And Carleton did a great job competing.
Definitely a competitive game here tonight. Keon Edwards with another rush, a first down, and this is where you'll see them probably go tempo and take a knee here and run this clock out.
Well, let's see if they go victory formation. Looks like it.
Yeah, and they're going to take a knee here, crowd the quarterback, and they're not even going to bother. The play clock is going to run out. So final score here at Tag Stadium, 31 Western, 21 Carleton. And Jeff, last thoughts on that game. Like you said, Carleton played a really competitive game. They stayed in it. A lot of people came here today thinking that this is a powerhouse in Western. They wouldn't be able to compete with them. They wouldn't be able to keep up. I heard a lot of nonsense throughout the week that this was going to be a blowout, but Carleton proves everyone wrong, and they're here to play this year. They're not joking around. Corey Grant doesn't want to be the team this year that isn't competitive, and they want a chance to win every game. And so far, here against Western, they did just that. They had a chance. They were leading, and last week against Wilfrid Laurier, they were in it as well. So what can we expect to see from Carleton in the future here?
Well, they come away with a lot of positives, but they also have – this was a very good measuring stick for them. What do we need to work on? They need to work on their inside running game. They need to be able to get yards. They couldn't get yards against Laurier. They couldn't get yards against Western. They have to be able to run the ball inside and between the tackles, especially when they go to that so much. Defensively, you know what? They had a great game. Again, Western piled up a lot of yards on them in the second half, but they put together a great first half. There are things to work on. There will be a lot of time spent on film this week, but a great job by the Ravens overall. Western is just, again, we talked about sometimes with Western you get Globetrotters against Generals, but Carleton certainly showed that they could compete, even winning at halftime. Mac showed that they can compete with Western too. So is Western that far ahead of everybody this year? Well, they're 3-0, but they can be beaten on any given day.
Awesome, Jeff, and thank you everyone at home for tuning in. This broadcast was brought to you by Robertson Electric, game sponsored by Hoban Architecture, and thank you for tuning in here on OUA TV. We'll see you next time.